Okay, 1 second, guys, and I'm trying to get my chat. There we go. All right, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art on Hump Day. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm Dede. This is a live show over on Ustream.tv, Coffee and Art in the Morning. And so if you're watching the recording over on YouTube, thanks for watching the recording. I am talking to live chat with a live, mostly awake people with a live chat. So you're going to hear me talking to people, and it will be chatty. So anyway, I think today we're going to use, I got the the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolor 24 set. My daughter Denise gave me a Hobby Lobby gift card, so I got it there with a 40% off coupon. Score! And so we're going to color today. I think I'm going to color in the Menuet de bonheur. Don't email me. So I think we're going to color in this one. Y'all know I've got a couple pages I've done in this one. This one. And what was another one in this one? So we've colored a couple. I love these cute little animals. I'll zoom in. It'll hopefully we'll get better lighting once I set that to a white page. But first, I wanted to just do a quick little swatch of these. I haven't even taken the plastic off yet. So we're going to take the plastic off here, which, you know, I'm thinking you can use this as a palette too. I probably won't use it as a palette because I just probably won't. I'll just leave it for a cover. But I wanted to swatch them. So they come in this nice box. And you can get sets, I think, of, I don't know, 12, 24, 36. This is the 24 set. And it's all in I'm thinking it's all in Japanese. So all the colors and everything. I can't tell you the names of the colors. But it doesn't matter the names of the colors. We're going to swatch them. And as long as I can see the colors, kind of like my Prismacolor, you know, as long as I can just do this and see what color it is, you know, the name of it isn't so important unless y'all ask me the name, you know, and I try to tell it to you. But in this case, I cannot tell you any names. Your butcher, yeah, that's a good idea. I could use my tray. Thanks, Terry, for reminding me I had it. So, yeah. Good thing. Thanks, Terry, for that reminder that I have one of these porcelain trays. I'll just clean this out here with a baby wipe. That's one of the nice things about the porcelain trays, and you can get them at. I got mine at Blick, and then back then when I got mine, it was like I think I paid like $2.99 for this one, and then the last year when I went to Blick, this last birthday in February, these things were like $10 or $12. I said, wow. But anyway, I just take a baby wipe. This is all watercolor, Neo colors, whatever was the last water medium. Now, you can't do this you can't wipe it out like this if you use acrylic paint. You don't want to use acrylic paint in this. You only want to use, water medium so that you can just wipe it out like that, right? So that's what we'll use. Thank you, Terry, for that reminder. You didn't get a tray with yours? It's in like in a box. And you can hear them, they're little squares of paint. I think yeah, look, here we go. See, you can individually. And I can tell you the number, like that's number 43. But, yeah, they come in this little box, and here's the cover. It's so nice, right? We'll see how I like them. So, and then the inside has the same information, but yeah, you can hear them move around in there. So I'm going to move my box lid off to the side so I don't get that all wet. So if anybody has any questions, put it in caps. And right, no acrylics in your butcher tray, yeah. And before we move on, I was going to say that Zandra, Scraps to Beauty Zandra, who streams on Sunday night and Wednesday night. Tonight she's going to stream. She streams between 7 and 7:30 Eastern, and she took a Seth Apter class at the Ink Pad in New York. And so I have a picture of her here with Seth. So there's Zandra and Seth. It's better down here, but if I get it too close, it just flashes out on my phone. But anyway. So Zandra and Seth, that's when she went to his class, and she's going to be talking about that class tonight on her show, and also the products that she got, and projects that they did. Okay, so here is, so y'all make sure, and she also uploads to YouTube, Scraps to Beauty, Xandra. So yeah, y'all follow the awesomeness that is Xandra. Okay, so this is the Kuretake Gansai Tambi, and okay, it does have a little, they have the names here on here. Although it says white, I didn't get a white. This is weird. There's nothing in the white. Oh, well, maybe there is, and really, maybe there is. It's so, if it's white, it's so white, I can't even see the white. Let's tell, I mean, it looks like an empty tray. It looks like an empty tray. Let's actually see if there's something there. Well, I guess there is. Okay, there is white in there. It's like white on rice. Okay, so and I just got some water brushes here. Okay, so it looks like it goes this way, upside down. That makes the writing upside down and the numbering upside down, but it's got white, black. Oh, this isn't going in the order, I don't think. Okay, wait, what number is that? Scarlet 31. It has the numbers on here. Nope, that's not the same number. Okay, so they're not in order. Okay, they're not in order as on here, which, you know, doesn't matter. You can move these around. I mean, they have the little trays. You know, they're in little trays like this, so I could, you know, I could do like one of those little games where you have to shift them around. It's, yeah, you can't see it though. I mean, it's so white, you can't even see it, but yeah, it is there. Thanks, Terry. So anyway, yeah, I feel like I can shift them around. But anyway, these are the colors: black, white, scarlet red, red, dark pink, wine red, purple, lemon yellow. What kind of yellow is that? I can't see. It's white on yellow writing. Oh, I can't see that. What is that? Medium yellow, mid yellow, light brown, brown, dark brown, pale aqua, May green, ocean green, mid green, olive green, green, turquoise green, evergreen, cornflower blue, cobalt blue, blue, and deep blue. That's what the names are. These kind of things never are helpful to me when they just have a general name. It's not like, you know, where they have an artist grade, golden hue, you know, with the light fastness and all the information on it. Yeah, no, not a Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube are the cubes. Remember those little games where there would be like a space and you could shift them around? I don't know, those little puzzles. So anyway, I don't know. They're just kind of general names to me. It's not like black is named black, or you know what I mean. So, but anyway, they do have a little chart that comes with. So what I'm going to do, I just have my big white sketchbook right here, which I'm not going to put. I don't want to put it right under camera because it's just going to flash everything out. But what I want to do is I'm just going to take a regular paintbrush and I just want to. I'll show you after I put them on here. Well, I don't know. I don't really want to flash it out. Maybe if I just do it sideways here. Or, yeah. Or wait, maybe if I put it on here. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's hard with white paper, people. Oh, and by the way, we are going to color. We're going to use these in this color book today. And again, I will zoom in and we'll try to work with the white paper. So I have a page picked out. So bye, Bunny. All right, so I'm going to start with the yellow. This is just how I would have them set up. You know, I'd have the yellow, and they're really creamy. And I'm just going to clean my brush in between here. Okay, then we'll go with this kind of orange yellow. I'm sure y'all aren't seeing the exact color, but you can get an idea. Okay, then I'm going to go with this yellow ochre color. I'm curious to see how long they last, you know. Okay, Valerie. Yeah, if I tilt it up a little here, you can see it a little bit. This is my this is my 2-inch thick giant book. It's a little hard to kind of just prop up. Let me see if I put something under it. I don't know why I picked this book to, let me get my little, let's prop it up under there, like, there we go. That's better. Okay. And then let's see. Then I think I'll go with then we'll go with the orange and red colors. I should put them in the order that I'm doing them. Should I take the time to do that? Let's see. Maybe. So this is the first one. I'm just going to shift. Well, you know, it'd probably be easier if I took them all out before. I like the little trays, you know? So we got that one, then we got this one, and we got the orange, so there's those colors. Yeah, that second coat's really covering well. Look, it looks almost exactly the same. I'm liking them so far. All right, let's take out all the greens. Okay, well, the only thing that I think is going to be black, white, browns. These are probably going to work okay. The only thing I'd probably have different is maybe this green will be this up here, and this green here. Oh, that's a darker green. I want them kind of in, you know, hue order, kind of like that, so I can find them easy if I need to. All right, so now we'll go to the red. What do you mostly? I've deconstructed this book 3 times. I've reused this book 3 different times for at least three different purposes. So there's the first coat. Now I can see it's already starting to, you know, get darker just by, look, it's almost exact same color. This one I could probably now add, now that it's a little dry, add a whole nother coat on. Look, it's almost the exact color that you see in the little trays. Where's Jean? Jean said I would love these. All right, now this is the deeper red. Let's go to the next row. I should have put that on that row, but that's okay. I'm getting them activated anyway. Okay, so this one's kind of more of a pinky red, kind of like a magenta color. So this is the first, haven't even wet them yet. This is the first time I've even got them wet, right? I just took them out of the, so I think 2 coats on there. So that's kind of a magenta color. And the next reddish color is, it's more of a purple. It's a mauve color. Okay. All right, so there's those. Now the next, then we got tons of greens. So I'll just go ahead and put that green right there because it's going to go right into the greens. Although I can see it's the benefit of taking the little trays out, so they don't like get contaminated with each other. Okay, so then this is like a mint green. See, I call this mint green. I think they just called it pale green, right? So we rename them. Yes, they are as deep as gouache. They are. Now, I don't know how, if they're not probably as opaque once you try to put them over each other. I don't know. All right, so then this is kind of a, I would call this almost like a leaf green, or not quite lime, but this would be the closest thing to a lime green, kind of a grass green. And again, that's just the first initial coat. When this is dry, like here, this is already starting to dry, so I put another coat on there. All right, then we have kind of an olive green here. I'll just go down here. Kind of a, well, it's not even really olive. It looks olive there. I guess it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe call it moss green. I don't know. I know, right? And this is the first time I've even wet them. I mean, haven't even let them like get, you know, saturated. I'm just going straight in and just putting them out here. And that's probably more of a true green there. This one might be more olive. Or I guess this would probably be a forest green. And then now go to another row of greens. This is probably like an emerald green. If I had to name it, I mean. And again, I'll go over these again in just a second with the second coat. All right, now this is more an olive here. This one right here. Yeah. See, that's one of my favorite greens, is an olive green. And then, let's see what this one, I can't even tell. Yeah, this is a deep, it's on the verge of being a teal. Kind of a teal color. That's so pretty. All right, then this one is kind of like a cerulean, well, I don't know. I guess it would be more of a, kind of like a sky blue, or like my Blue Harbor. It's kind of like my Blue Harbor in Americana. Okay, then this looks like we're going into a purple now. Oops, I got a little bit of blue in there. Let's see. Okay, now it's still blue. This is probably more like a true blue. Again, I'm going to put another coat right over them as soon as this kind of sets. And then, yeah, whoops. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Yeah, that's more of a, like a cobalt. And then this one, like an indigo. Love that. See, that's one of my favorite colors too. I like these jewel tone kind of colors. All right, now let's go down here. I think this is a brown. Oh, purple. Ooh. Fooled me. Like a dioxazine purple. And then a sienna. Dark ochre or sienna. And then let's see. Then here's just like a chocolate brown. And then a black and white. I of course won't show up here, so. All right, so now let me quickly go over them again. The greens. Yes, I know, right? All right, so let's go back up to this one here. Well, no, I got to go back to the reds. These two right here. Okay, so these two for a second coat. See, look. Isn't that pretty? I'm just cleaning my brush in between over here in the water. I knew some of the colors would be a surprise. Yeah. Yeah, Terry. So you can see, you know, once you put that second coat on, once it's dry. And they're really concentrated. They're more concentrated than, well, I figured they had to be kind of concentrated in these little trays, but it's hard to tell if you don't use something, you know. People can tell you, but until you actually, you know, get in there with your brush, it's hard to tell. But I'm liking them. I got them at Hobby Lobby. Yeah. It wasn't in the paint section. It was in the calligraphy section. Y'all know in Hobby Lobby, if you're familiar with Hobby Lobby. Oh, wait. Is that the right? No. All right. Where am I going here? I got those two greens. Okay. I'm at this blue right here. It's over in the calligraphy section. You know where the pens, markers, and calligraphy brushes and stuff? At the very end, at my Hobby Lobby anyway, the very end of that aisle, they have calligraphy books and calligraphy paper, calligraphy markers and stuff. It was over there. It's over in the calligraphy section. So just FYI, don't go to the paint section. That's not where they are. At least that's not where they are at my Hobby Lobby. Okay. See how they're brightening up with that second coat? Do another coat of the indigo. And I'm cleaning my brush in between, guys, over here, if you can hear me swishing. Hey, Bright. Oh, I'm sure Prismacolors will go over fine. They go over watercolor, they go over acrylic, they go over anything. Yeah, they will. It's not any, I mean, it's a different brand of watercolor. It's still watercolors. It goes, Prismacolors or most pencils will go over, at least the wax ones. I'm sure that the oil ones will go over it too. I think we did a test on it not too long ago. Well, maybe it's been a year now. I don't know. Yeah, they'll go once they're dry. Now that's the key, guys. Whenever you want to put pencil over anything, acrylic paint washes, gouache, watercolor, neocolor, whatever, you got to make sure it's 100% dry. If it's not dry, it's not going to work. So you got to make sure it's dry. Okay, that could use even another coat. And then here's the black. So yeah. All right, so let me set this aside a second. Let me get a marker and write down on here, so I know. Here's what it is right here. Kuretake Gonzai Tambi. Okay. We swatch those babies. So now, until I get used to them, well, I'll still put them in the little tray over there. I'll just keep this on the floor next to me, so I can kind of glance at it while we're coloring. All right, so we're going to use them in this book, and I'm going to zoom in and refocus and hopefully all that. And then I have my little porcelain tray here to do my mixing and all in, right next to me. Got me a couple water brushes to do it with. I already have a page picked out. The only other thing is I am going to do some background with black acrylic. So I'll need a little acrylic tray, and I'll need a smaller brush to paint in there. So let me get, because don't use your water brushes with acrylic paint. Okay, let's see. Let me find a little brush here. A couple different ones. Maybe this one. Hang on, guys. I'm digging through my brushes. That's another thing I was going to show y'all. I was going to organize my brushes, and because I got jars and jars of them. Every now and then I do go through and kind of rearrange them. I'll pick out the bad ones are really scruffy, and the scruffy ones will go in the box. Kind of shift over to good, okay, and scruffies. So I do, okay, Cece, I do have a lot of brushes, and I'll go through them. So I keep them, I'll keep them like, here's my newer ones in here. There's my medium ones. And I keep them in like mason jars. And I got 1, 2, 3, like 5 mason jars, 2 tubs, and a box of brushes. And they shift around. Oh, and a roll. I have my nice oil painting brushes in a roll that I don't use. They stay if I ever want to do oil painting again. My nice brushes are in a roll. So they are $39.99. Oh, I mean, they're $39.99 at Hobby Lobby. I used a 40% off coupon. And I had a gift card from Denise for Mother's Day. So they're $40 for this set. For the set of 24, they were $40, $39.99, but I had a 40% off coupon. And Hobby Lobby always has 40% off coupons. Don't buy them without having a 40% off coupon. Okay, so now I already picked out a page. Again, this is the Menuet de bonheur. I have no idea. We've gone back and forth about what the meanings of these are. I like this page right here. And so I'm going to, let's see if we can fix the light, because camera does not like white. So let's see if I zoom in and what we can do. Let's see what we can do. All right. So it's still flashing out. Let's see, what can I turn on? What if I turn this light out? It's going to be too dark, I think. That's too close. Hang on, guys. I got to readjust every time we change. Now it's too pink. Every time we, try to do a, that's going to be probably too dark for me. I turned off my good light. Hang on, guys. We're starting with a blank white page, and cameras do not like blank white page. Hang on, let's try to refocus that. Hang on, guys. Let me work with it a minute. See, it wants to flash out and I have my blinds closed. There, that looks pretty good right there. I think we'll roll with this. We're going to try to roll with this one. All right, let's pop my chat back out. Okay. See, my arm's blocking that light. Now, maybe, let's turn this light off and try. Let me switch lights around. That's going to be too dark. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's try this light. That's too bright. Okay, let's go back to this one. Okay, I think that might be the best. I don't know. Maybe when I start painting it in, it'll start showing up. But I just can't get it to, I can't get it any better than that till I start painting. It just, it's a blank white page, so we'll have to roll with it. Okay. Yeah, work with me, light, work with me. I think that's going to be okay. Once I get some black on here, I think it might be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the background. Now, I don't know that I'll do the whole background before we move on to working with the watercolors, because that's going to take a while. Let me get a piece of paper. Let me get something to put behind. Maybe black. If I put black behind it, maybe that might help with the lighting, or not. I don't know. It's tricky business, guys. Tricky business. See? And I have my blinds closed, and it's still giving me that. So I just guess I need to sit in a dark room with one little light. But I can't do that. So let's just start, and we'll see how it goes. We'll start with the black paint and see how, if it starts helping the lighting. Maybe I should, let's try to zoom in one more. Hang on, guys. I'm working it as best I can. Okay. It just takes a minute to readjust. Okay. All right, let's try this. How's that looking? At least for the overall page. Just start painting in some details. We might zoom in. I got a shadow here, guys. I don't know. Ooh, frustrating. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's take this lamp and move it over here. Nope. Okay, we're going to go with this. It's just going to have a shadow for a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting the background black, acrylic paint, no water in it, and I'll try to keep my hand a little bit back. If you have any questions, put them in caps. If you're watching on YouTube, this is a live show and adjusting lighting live. With a live chat, so I'm going to at least do some of the black background. And again, this is just Americana paint, Americana craft paint. which pencil goes over awesome. And I've pretty much been using ever since I started color booking, because I wanted tooth on my pencils and with my pencil, and so I found that by using the craft paint, I got a little hair there, by using the craft paint, it gave my pencil a tooth. Can y'all see? I'm not getting any feedback, so I'm not sure if y'all can see. Y'all are talking. I don't know. I probably should ask for some feedback so y'all can tell me if you can even see. Because it looks different to the streamer than it does to the watcher on our little windows here. Hey, Jean. Good to see you. Thank you, Jean. So I at least want to get the edges done so I can, take the black paper out. So I'm just going to go at least all along the edges. So I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, hump day. Okay. Y'all be honest though, because I'm not fussing at you guys, but I have had y'all say, "Oh, it looks great. It looks great." And I go back and watch it, look terrible. So I don't know. Sometimes I think y'all are just being nice. Jean will tell me for sure. Jean said for sure. But, it's just, it's hard to pick up all the lines with the, when my sunshine and the blinds are closed. It'll probably just be a little while though till the sun goes from that side of the house. But if y'all remember back when we first started streaming, oh my gosh, it was we were moving room to room. It's quite the ordeal. Thanks, Derry. So I'm just going to keep, trying to keep the book in the camera frame, because I am zoomed in pretty close. Okay, thanks, Jean. Thanks, Terry. All right. So I'm going all around the edges, wherever the black, where the edge, the background touches. And I do have a little hair on this one. I'm going to have to get a different brush or get that hair off. Let's see. I'm going to get a different brush. There's just a tiny little hair. Yeah, when my hand's given, yeah. And I have, like I said, guys, I have the blinds closed, but I have to have a light on or I won't be able to see. All right, so let's go around the bottom here. All right, then I think this is going to have some dark, this is grass down here, so I won't go any further. There's a little grass line going across there. So that's pretty much all along the edge for now. So I can move that. It's frustrating to me, guys, that's all. It's frustrating to the streamer when you want to have a good lighting situation and it's a battle every single stream. The light changes. It's, it's frustrating to the streamer. And we try our best. Okay, I'm trying to get in right in the crack there, so I'm kind of holding the book open and trying to get in there. See it? All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and put the paint on this side too, so I don't have to worry about it. So the background, I'm not going to do this one right now, but the background on this one's going to be black too, just so I can not have to worry about getting in that crack, because it's pretty tricky to paint in a book that doesn't want to lie flat, you know. So I'll just continue it over. Continue it over to the other side. I want to get enough done so we can do the watercolor. At least a start. You don't have to do the background before you do, and sometimes it depends on what kind of medium you're going to use. If you're going to use acrylic paint and you want to have the background last so you could cover up where you've gone out of lines, it just depends. And sometimes I'll do half the page one way, half the page the other. It just kind of depends on what you know. And the more you do work with acrylic and watercolor, or whatever kind of water medium in your books, you'll start to see what works best for you. Okay, now that's really bad. Okay, guys, I gotta figure this out. Okay, sorry, it's so flashed out. I'm even seeing that it's a blank white page. No, I've never used the Touch 5 markers. I have the Hoo Hoo Heroes. The Hoo Hoo Hero ones. Hang on, guys. I've got to play with this until because it's too frustrating for me. Sorry. It's too frustrating. That's a little better. All right, let's try that for until the sun goes over the house. All right. I can't prop it up, Kenny, because then I can't work on it. You know. Okay, we're just going to keep on now. I think that's a little better. All right, so I want to get in here. Sorry, guys. I know it sounds like I'm just like, oh, but I am a little frustrated. Because, you know, you want it to be good. I mean, you want to be able to see. Yeah, but I can't really prop it up when I'm doing this. I can't work at an angle like this, and I can't do that with this. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to roll with this for a while. I just keep adjusting all the settings until we can get it right. Okay, so I'm going to get in here around these little hangers. See, that is better. Y'all didn't know it could be better. Yeah, see now, look, now it got dark again. Oh, gee. Oh, my gosh. It's almost laughable now. It is almost laughable. Okay, let's try this. Oh, yes, I am. Okay, well, let's keep rolling. All right, so I'm trying to stay back on the back of the brush so my hand's not like covering up when I'm painting. So I'm holding the brush far back, and I try to do that with my pencil, shading, coloring pencil, and all that too, because I want it to be y'all be able to see what I'm doing, right? I'm really anxious to do these bricks, so I might just do a wash of watercolor over the bricks, and then I can go back in there with the you know, shading. And I might just not go all the way. I might do the grout, kind of a dark brown or something. I'm not sure. See, I don't plan this. It just kind of evolves. Darker than that is better to see. It's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good for a minute. Like I said, it's a real bright sunny day, guys. And even with my blinds closed, it's still really bright. But I'm not going to put something over my window and sit in a black room. Okay, so. Okay, this right here is behind that little shirt and dress. And right in here. Of course, you don't have to paint every little tiny bit, like right here where I'm painting these little black background areas. You can do that with pencil too, right? In some of those, and you can also sharpen areas up. If you don't think that you're going to, your black background is nice and sharp, or as sharp as you like on the edges of the images, then you can sharpen that up with the sharp black pencil, right? All right, but I just kind of want to show you what it's, because you know we're not going to finish this page in 3 hours. All right, let me go ahead and get in the little crack here again. Just to have that finished along the edge. If you have any questions, just ask. Don't ask about lighting, though. Don't ask me about why my lighting is so good. And trust me, I have played with every setting in my settings. Okay. Just going to work all the way down to the bottom here. And there's no water in my brush. Now I do have to every once in a while rinse my brush out because the paint starts to dry on the brush. So you know, you might have to just clean your brush out so it's not caked with paint, because then you're going to lose your point, you know. Okay. All right, let me clean. Hi. Hey, Kim. Yeah, take a nap, Jean. You got to get well. Okay, let's see. I think I'll do a little bit right in here. I just want y'all to get the idea, because like I said, I don't have to finish all the black background right now before I go on to other areas. And again, if you think that it's easier for you to paint in elements before doing the background, then do that. You know, I just think I just do both, actually. I'll do whatever. Like I have a lot of big space of black here, so I just go ahead and do it. But I'm going to do those bricks just a wash right across. Right across. You need to lose your point, Marilyn. At least some of this. Hey, Prismacolor. Anybody else I missed? Yeah. All right. So I got the top up there done. And again, I can see where I need to get in there with a point of a pencil in a couple places. I actually could use one size smaller brush, I think. Let me do that. Okay. 1 second. One little tinier. Oh, that's not me pick one here. Because there's a couple little bitty areas. As long as I have a nice point. You don't want to lose your point. Right, Marilyn? And I'm not sure what I do all the time. Terry says, Dede does it all the time. I'm not sure. Pencil. Bright Meadow pencil. I've done examples where white pencil will go over black acrylic paint. And it won't go over black pencil. Bye, Valerie. Glad you got your makeup on. I'll show that example real quick again. I need to just put it in a book because I show it all the time. I mean, practically every show. Let me just get a scratch paper. I might have even kept it over here somewhere, but I don't see it right now. So let me just get a little piece of paper and show you. Okay, so here is black paint. Now it's got to dry. I always tell you, got to have it dry before you go over it with pencil. And then here is black pencil and a white pencil. Okay, now here's a black Prismacolor pencil. So let's say you did black in the background here with pencil, and you wanted it that black. You wanted it flat, as black as it could be, right? All right, so this is pencil. This one's paint. Now I'm gonna let that dry for a minute and then I'll show you. Okay, I'm just not getting out my heat gun right this second. Oh, I was right here. Just so you can see, somebody in chat asked, will light go over that black? So I'll show ya. I show this example all the time. And I just use, again, this is just black craft Americana paint. It just happens to be my favorite brand. Okay, I got a blob on there. Let me get a blob on, there we go. It just happens to be my favorite craft paint, but any craft paint, as long as it's not satin or gloss. And at least on the Americana, this is their new bottle. It has deco art at the top and Americana. Oh, drive mom around town. Okay, Scoobs, have a good one. Thank you. Thanks, Scoobs. This is the old jar. You can see the difference here. Now the new ones have deco art up here, whereas before they had deco art down here. This is the newer bottle, but it's the same thing. It does not say on here matte. But if it doesn't say gloss, and it doesn't say satin, and it doesn't say metallic, it's matte. Okay? So just FYI. They're automatically matte unless it says satin, gloss, or metallic. And your pencils will not go over those because there's a shine to them. How long do I need to let it's probably already dry now. Yeah, it's just, now see, I smeared a little bit. There's a little blob right there. I use my heat gun all the time to dry things quicker. All right, well, let me go ahead and heat gun it so I can show you. Hang on. And a heat gun dries things almost immediately. I get people asking me what's the difference between a heat gun and a hairdryer. A lot. I mean, you can dry things with a hairdryer, but it's going to take longer. The heat gun is very hot. The heat guns, I'm not sure if they were, I mean, I'm sure they were developed for automotive reasons and other reasons way, way back. But in the craft industry, everybody started using the heat gun to dissolve embossing powders. Still doesn't say matte. Yeah, it doesn't say matte. I missed something, Marilyn. Yeah, it doesn't say matte on here. Okay, so now I'm going to take my white pencil. Here's the black, this is black Prismacolor pencil. Now I'm going to put heavy pressure on here. Heavy pressure. You can see it smears the black, but look, you can't see any white pencil on there. Look. This is white pencil on black pencil. Paint removing. Yeah, Vicky, paint removing. Originally made, yeah. I figured there was something, yeah. And yeah, the hairdryer will blow things around. And that's why, a heat gun is very concentrated, and you could use the heat gun to melt embossing powder. Thanks, Vicky. And hi, Vicky, by the way. All right, so now I cleaned off my pencil. See, this is why you see all these marks here on my desk. I'm always cleaning off my pencils. Okay, so now with the very light pressure, with just gliding across, look. You can see it and that's with no pressure. That's with no pressure, pencil pressure. Now if I put a little pressure on it, look, I can almost get it back to white. This is a difference. This is why I use acrylic paint. Right here. Because you can do this. And not just with white. White's a good example. So, yeah, there's your sample. I need to keep this because people always ask why. Can you see? Button or whoever was that asked. One Button. Who was it? Anyway, there we go. All right, so let me keep that over there. Okay, so let me come back here for just a little bit more background. Yeah, I know, Terry, because it is dramatic, isn't it? Okay, this brush is not doing what I want either. Let me just go back to my first one. Where is it? Stick it back in here. What did I do with it? Hang on. Let me find my brush again. Need a pointy. It doesn't have to be small. It just has to have a good point. Because I'm getting in some tiny areas. Bright. Yeah, Bright asked. Okay. So then I'm going to use the Gamzai, the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors here in a minute. Back in the day, before I had a heat gun, I used to hold my cards. Yeah, you could do that, Vicky, but it was a pain, wasn't it? Vicky is saying that you could hold your embossed, if you stamp something and then put the embossing powder on it, you could hold it over a toaster and melt it from the back. But yeah, that was definitely a pain, wasn't it? If my heat gun's like 25 years old, if it ever goes out, which we thought it did a couple weeks ago, but it didn't. If it ever goes out, it'll be the first thing I would have to replace. I have to have a heat gun. Got to have a heat gun. Bye, Zan. Bye, Z. Okay, let's see. Let's get right up on here. I just have to have a heat gun. I use my heat gun literally every single day. Kind of like my pencils. Every day I use my heat gun. Because no matter what I'm working on, it's got something that needs to be dry. And waiting for that to dry, I just can't even imagine. So yeah, I love my heat gun. And then this is all going to come down here. Yes, you need a heat gun. Yeah, mine's about 25 years old, at least. I'm not sure. Somebody said they still make them somewhere, but it's the Marvy Uchida. Um, yeah, it's like one of the original craft ones, if not the original craft one. I don't know. Paula has it too. I think Paula's is 25 years old as well. I don't know how long she's had hers, but they're old. Okay, let me just kind of, I'll stop right there. Because I want to do these bricks. And then I can go back over. The thing about doing a wash is once, if I put a, let's just say I put a, red brick wash over this, and I still want the background to be black, then I could just go in there. Just go in between and get the mortar. Yours is 25 years old too, Terry? Yeah. Same one as mine? Yeah. They still make them, Suzanne? Okay. I don't see them in Michael's or Hobby Lobby anymore. I see other ones. Of course, Michael's has a Recollection brand. I don't even know if I don't even remember seeing heat guns in Hobby Lobby, but I haven't looked, Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to set the acrylic paint aside for a minute, and we're going to pull over our watercolor Kuritakis that my daughter got me for Mother's Day, and I have a tray here to do any mixing in. And I'm going to use a water brush. So I'm going to use, let's see, I want this other one. I'll use a water brush for my, I need water in it though, hang on. Okay. Marva, you cheated. They are just silver now, not red. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Jean. So they changed the color. Okay, from that purpley color. Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to do is do the bricks. So I'm going to come over here and probably want to at least, let's see how red this is. I'm probably going to have to mix because I'm not going to want a bright red brick. So I'm going to put out some red and maybe some of this brown. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's a good color, I think. A little bit more. So I'm going to go with the kind of the sienna color and then the darkest red that's in here. And let's just, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all the brick, even the background. I'm just going over here and picking up more. Now remember, it's a color book. It's not watercolor paper. So if you want a darker color than this, you're going to have to wait till this dries or hit it with the heat gun and then add another color. So this is a wash on here. I'm going to try to do these little bricks. Let me go ahead and do all the little I think there's 3 sections of bricks. And then start shading with just the watercolor, with another layer of watercolor. All right, so now I'm going to come down here. There's bricks right down in here. But you can always go back in there with more pencil too, or do both. Put, play with your watercolors and do blending and shading with the watercolors. And then if you think you need more shading or different colors, go in there with your pencil. So I'm going to start with getting the brick, an initial wash over all the brick. Look how cute he's sitting under like a, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a water, oh, he's laying in the bird bath, but this looks like a little hose, and I might need to spray him with some water at the end. Paint in some water sprays on him. Wouldn't that be cute? Again, this is going to be black right in here. I'm just going kind of like sort of to the edge. Okay, now I'm going to come down here to this section. I need to mix me up a little more. So I'm going to put some more red in here. And I'm just kind of squeezing off the water to kind of clean my brush a little bit. And then picking up the brown and just making me that color again. Yeah, so I might go in here with some paint later. again, this is going to be black right in there. I'm just going over where the bricks are. And probably if I wasn't streaming, I would have done all the black, except maybe right here where the bricks are, because I want to go in between the bricks. But other than that, I probably would have finished. And now down here, this is a little, there's a little grass line. So this is dark green down here probably. So I don't mind using some watercolors, some or neocolors, and some acrylic. I don't mind. It's mixed media because I'm the boss of my color book. It's a bird bath. Yeah, it's a bird bath. Oh, you mean this thing? It's a little bird bath thing? I don't know. Yeah, little hose thing. So, yeah, I think I'm going to make them be sprayed. Yeah. That's sprayed, not spade. Okay, so now I'm going to hit it with my heat gun so I can go to the next layer. Because you got to let this dry. Because remember, it's the water that you don't want seeping through. Okay, now let's see if we can mix this up a little gray. Let's go with, and I got a baby wipe here, a Kleenex, just to keep cleaning off my brush. You don't see me over here dabbing off. All right, so I think I'm going to go with, let me get some of this blue here, this kind of a blue harbory blue. And I'm squeezing it out to get some water in here. And then I'm going to just touch it with the black. See how I got that contaminated? I'm so bad about that. Alright, so let's put some black, kind of a black over here, and some more blue, and just touch a little bit in there. I just want to kind of make a blue-gray. There we go. A little bit more. I don't want it just like a white, take black and add white and make it a white, that kind of, I want a blue-gray. Dede, what color is your heat gun supposed to? It's a purple color. It's kind of a purpley, this right there, that color. That's what color it's supposed to be. But Jean said they are silver now, so you probably have to look for a silver one. All right, so I want a couple of things. I'm going to test out my brick here. I want to put a little bit of, yeah, I think you can, all right, now it's time to zoom in, I think, for detail. All right, here we go again, guys. All right, we'll see. Nope, not that. Okay, I'm moving my hand to get it to focus. You like the splattered look? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of gray. Come back over here with my tray. Try to stay here so you can kind of see. Well, you're not going to be able to see what I'm picking up some of the gray, the blue gray. And just putting some of that on the bricks. So it looks brickish. And I'm going to put some more of the reddish color too. But I just want to get some gray in there. And the background of the whole thing might still be black. I don't know. Because it just has a few like bricks popping out and showing. I'm just going to do a little bit of that. And so it kind of takes a minute, Okay, let's go over here. And I'm not squeezing out any water out of my water brush here. You know, if I want water, if I need extra water, squeeze it out on the tray. Don't squeeze it out on your book. And remember to dry between layers, otherwise you're going to go through your book because of the water. Alright, so, but I want to try to use as much watercolors as I can right here, just because we're trying to use them and see what we can do with them. Terry's putting in the link after link after link. And there's 3 little sections with the brick wall, so I'm just going to kind of... And of course, bricks can be lots of colors. They could be all gray, you know. But I kind of want to just a gardeny kind of look, so I'm doing kind of a gray and red, and you know. I gotta keep an eye on my time too. So hopefully, now that we're zoomed in and have a black background, I think we're good with the lighting for a minute. Alright, so I got a little bit of gray on the bricks. Now this is set up and kind of dry now, so I could put another layer if I want just a little bit more in those corners. But watercolors, you have to build up, light to dark. Acrylics is dark to light. So this layer's dry, so I can go back in here with the next layer. And you can layer and layer as long as it's dry, because it's not watercolor paper, it's a color book. So what's everybody else working on? Anybody else doing some coloring or drawing on hump day? Okay, I might do a dark red in between and then fade it out into the black background. I think I might do that. Alright, so now I'm adding the second coat in the corners over here on this one. And there's like 4 bunnies on this page, so I might do a gray one, a white one, a brown one, and a black one. We'll do one of every, because bunnies come in so many colors. We could do a bunny, there's 4 of them, so we could do 4 different colors. That'll be fun. Erin finished a Mother's Day card coloring Legendary Worlds. I don't know if I know Legendary Worlds. I don't know if I know that book. Jean's working on peanut butter on toast. Terry, oh Terry, you found a house? Or you're going to go look for a house? Yay, Terry. Coloring your, okay, Julie Topaz is coloring in the Lotus design. Oh my gosh, you can whip through those design books, Julie Topaz, like nobody's business. I see you post one like every day. May is working on Out Trick-or-Treating the Jasmine. Yeah, I love the Jasmine. I haven't worked in the Jasmine Halloween book since Halloween, but I love that book. Kayberg is working on Mixed Media Mind Mapping Idea Book. Oh, no good there, Kayberg, Kathy. Coloring in Summer Nights, Subin. I always like to see what people are working in. Because we all work in, I mean, we all like some of the same books, but we're always all working in different things. I hope y'all tweet your pictures too, or Instagram them. I know Julie does. Just looking at your hoo-hoo markers. Oh, your ho-ho markers. Vicky. get you out a page and start playing with them. I've got a couple projects going with mine. I wish I could just sit here and record, 12 hours a day so you could see all the different things I use and work on all day. But I can't stream 24/7. Well, I mean, I guess I could, but I have done some marathon streams, usually on a Saturday or something. We've done 12 hours. Bright is in Mythomorphia. You have Julie Topaz says she's posted daily since November 1st. Yeah, Julie does not mess around, that's for sure, Kenny. Kimmy Poo is working on the panda and the Bennett Klein. Yeah, I did that one. I did that one last week, Kimmy Poo. Jen is Jen reading poses in between books and just finished 2 pictures last night. Oh my gosh. Did you do a video on them, Jen? I'm like 2-3 days or 2 or 3 videos behind on yours. You're going to color with, yes, you should, Vicki. And try also to see if you like making copies. Try making copies versus just using a one-sided color book page with the markers and see if you like it better. Oh, you're copying my kitty boo. Yeah, I need to see the Russian dancers one done. Suzanne, I'm trying my first collage. Yay, Prisma. Okay, now, and Veronica's still working on the unicorn in Mythomorphia. Well, when you say still working on it, it's like there's nothing wrong with still. We're all still working on something. You just can't, no matter how quick you are, even as fast as I try to go on stream, it takes time. These pages aren't made to be, done like you did when you were a kid and sit down and color a page with your friends in like 30 minutes. Jen, no videos right now. Amelia's keeping you on your toes. Oh, okay, Jen. Okay. He never seems like he's disruptive, though, Jen. You can hear him in the background, but it's not ever bad. You ought to still do your videos with him playing in the background. It's like no big deal. Marie is in Mythomorphia, Anamorphia, Color Me Crazy, and a peacock canvas. Marie's not messing around either. Yeah, I'm really anxious to see one of those done. Suzanne's talking about this Russian color book, and she's doing some Russian dancers. It's kind of like a folk art book. I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't gone to look it up and look for it either, but Suzanne showed it to me, and it looks like it might be cool. If you have a link, Suzanne, Vicki can open links for you. Did Janet go have coffee? Oh no, what's her name? Had a flood in her house. Did Janet say? I hope she's okay. She wasn't feeling well. Check on our Janet. Hey, Bloom, Blythe, Janice, B. Janice, Bren. I know I'm missing a lot of people here, guys. Thanks for popping in. And sorry for the lighting tantrum. Let's see, who else am I missing? Cece, Claudia. Hey, Deb Boring. Good to see you. Vicki says I can't open links. Why not? Oh, you're on Ice Chat. Oh, okay. Terry can. Terry can open links. That's right. I forget you're on Ice Chat, Vicki. Hey, Judy Patootie. Judy, hey, wee hootie Judy. Wee hootie Judy and Judy Patootie. Kangaroo Babe. Kate. Hey, Kate. Are you out of school today? Who else am I missing? Miss Q. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people I've already said hi to. Marcat, Nikki Brennan. Hang on, I'll open links for you. There you go. All right, they're open, Suzanne. Go ahead, Suzanne, put in the book. Who else? Le Bookworm. Libby, Lindair. Hey, all, Mary Alice. Just kind of scrolling down. Norwegian Siren. Hey, Packer Die. Good to see you. Oh, you're watching for the kids coming. Oh, okay, Kate. Good to have you. I wish you could, like, if you could have, like, a show where we could all do something together. Wouldn't that be fun? Tar Heel Teresa, Julie Topaz. I already said, well, of course, Julie Topaz has been. Triz. West Virginia Melody. Thanks, everybody, for popping in. That's right, May. You are fine. I'm the boss of my stream. I can have a lighting tantrum if I want. Thanks, Marie. Is that what it's called? Legendary? Oh, that's when you're working in, right? Okay, Aaron. Okay. There you go. All right. So now I want to go back in with, I think I want another layer of this. So let me come back here again. I'm going to pick up some of that red. And I'm squeezing out water there, see? And it also cleans off my brush. And then I'm going to go back with that sienna brown and put some of that out too. So then I'm going to have those two colors to make kind of a red brown. And again, squeeze out some water to clean my brush. And then that gives me a lot of paint right there. So I'm going to take that color and now do the other corner with a little bit more of the darker. And that may not do, it may be too brown. I almost want a little more red to that. I'm going to add a little bit more red to that. Let's see. Because I want a model-y looking brick. That might be, now I got it too red. Well, that's not going to probably be too bad once I add the black and I have a plan for the background. You'll see in a minute. So I'm just kind of dabbing some on. That might be a little much. Let's kind of move it over to the other ones. Because I want it to be like brickish. You're weaving the decorated papers. Oh, like Janet was doing, weaving the paper, or is that something different? And again, where did Janet go? Is she okay, guys? I didn't see her say why she was leaving. I just want to make sure she's okay. Because Janet was just getting over being sick too. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Vicky S. If she saw Janet doing the paper weaving. So if you're watching on YouTube, the recording, thanks for watching over there. We're just kind of, we chat. This is a chatty show. It's a chat show. It's a live show. G2G, it's our national day. We have to get second parade. Bye, May. I missed something about her having a parade. So can you kind of see how I'm kind of dabbing in? Want them all different, you know, want them all different. Oh, Janice was an improv. This is just the start. Oh, thanks, Kate. Yeah, well, that's what the show is. The show is a live chat show. And it is what it is. Lighting frustrations and all. Yeah, because she did. I mean, I didn't see her leave. She was here a minute ago, or a little bit ago. So, yeah, I'm hoping she's okay. Janet, if you're listening in the background, don't make me call you now. To check on you. Okay, she's doing a lot of sleeping. Okay. Yeah, she needs to get better. And Eileen is usually not here on Wednesday mornings anyway. I think she runs errands and things on Wednesday mornings. So she's usually not here on Wednesday mornings anyway. Hey, Carla. Who else do I see here? Yeah, it is good to see Packer Die. I follow Packer Die everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And she's one busy little mama. That's for sure. Busy mama. So then I think after I do these bricks, I think I'm going to start, I put a wash of watercolor on the bunnies. Each bunny is going to be a different color. So that'll be fun. But I want to get these brick sections done first. Did he get a hold of your pencils, Jen? He definitely takes the opportunity. He colored on your page when you weren't looking. Oh no. Got a little artist in your midst, Jen? The Hidden Spirits of the Enchanted Forest is next. Okay, so the Hidden Spirits of the Enchanted Forest. There's so many cool names on these books, aren't there? Okay, so there we go. So see how I just kind of did them like, just kind of dappled them in? And I'm liking the way the Kuritakis are leaving like a paint ring. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. When you do a watercolor, some paints do it, some don't. Depending, I think it probably depends on the quality. But this one's highly pigmented. So look how, see how it's leaving like a little paint ring? I love that. Well, I love it on the bricks. We'll see how much I like it when I'm doing other things. But yeah, I like those little paint rings. Okay, now let me dry this. Okay, so now I gotta decide on my mortar color. Do I want it a dark gray or do I want it a dark, probably a dark red, darker than this red because just add more brown, more dark to it. Joycey's not streaming. Yeah, I like Kathy Kberg. I do like those rings on the brick too. Okay, thanks, Vicky. Oh, oh, Jen, cute. I love when I hear kids are watching the show. A bloom. Yeah, thanks, Azure. A bloom. That's the word. A paint bloom. A paint ring is a bloom. Yeah, thank you, Azure. Okay, so now let's see. Do I want, let me try a different red. Okay, so we've been using kind of this red. Let's test this red. Nope, that's too pink. Let's go with the almost the scarlet red because I want to make a different shade of brown. So let me get quite a bit of that there, and I'm just kind of squeezing out some water here. Okay, and then I'm going to go with the brown. Okay, let me squeeze that out or dap it off on my. I'm trying not to contaminate my paints too much. But I'm bad about just dipping right into the next color. Okay, so there we go. I think that's good. So it's just like a different shade of red, brown, browny red. Tamba are not as transparent as some watercolor and not as yeah, exactly, Jean. That's a good point. These Gansai, the Kuretake, and here's the name too in case anybody wants it. She's saying they're not as transparent as some watercolor and not as opaque as a gouache, right? And these are the set of 24. I got them. Now, see, look, the sun went away. The sun's going over the top of the house, so I'll probably have to readjust the light again. Nope, here it comes again. So anyway, I got them at Hobby Lobby with the 40% off coupon. Denise gave me a gift card for Mother's Day, so this is what I got with them. All right, so now let me see here how this is going to look. I might need even a smaller brush. Am I going to like that color? I think I might. So here's my plan, but I do need a smaller brush, even if it's not a water brush. Let me see. Let me get a different one. Ah, here we go. This one's a little pointier. What I want to do is I'm going to blend out the red, this brick red, out right up into the black. And I think I'm going to add more gray as well to these bricks. I don't know if I'll do that right now, but let's do one section here. So, because I'm going to add black in here too and kind of blend it in. So let's see how this will work. I might have to add some pencil. We'll see. Because I'm going to want to get a real definitive line around these bricks. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to get in there with some more gray. So we're just doing a little as we go here. We'll see what happens. Because it's kind of a close color to that, but love the paint. Have the 30s. You have the 36 set. Here comes the sun. Yeah, start singing, you girls. It just changes my light. I know I'm whining. I know. Don't email me for whining. Because if you do, I'll just delete you. So it doesn't matter. I don't mind on YouTube. Of course, if anybody has anything to say, they say it here. But on YouTube, people leave some really, I don't know, weird comments. Not very often, but if you have a decent question and it's saying like why this or that, I'll answer. But if you're just saying your shows are so chatty, delete. Because this is a chatty show, and I think we start the show every time saying this is a live show on Ustream with a live audience and we're chatty. Don't get me started. Anyway, it does no good for you to leave those kind of comments because I'll delete and block. So I have no problem with that. And some of the other girls are saying the same thing these days. That's right. That's what I do. Okay, so there we go. We're getting there. See? That's true, Packer Die. Some people do just like to be mean. And those not only get deleted, they get blocked. So, usually only see them once. But I gotta say, for the most part, and I'm sure every person that does YouTube that's here will say the same thing. The YouTube community overall is so nice, so friendly, so just awesome. It's just the rare bird. You just get that rare one. And then that's when you just concentrate on all the nice ones. Right, Packer Die? Yeah, that's true. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to be mean to hurt your feelings, but it doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't. Oh, they may think it is, but it doesn't. Okay, so there we go. Again, I'm going to go back in those bricks with some more gray. Yeah, I thought about possibly some white, like flecks in the brick. K-Berg, putting some white flecks in the brick. I'm kind of like overdoing. Whoops, I got that a little wet. Let's not oversaturate. I want to go through this book. I'm thinking about I'm having so much fun with the detail with the new paints that I'm really kind of just slowly going slow. Going kind of slow. Yeah, I know, right, Pat? And hi, Pat, by the way. Well, and also if you notice the ones that do leave, snarky, mean comments, they usually don't even have a face. They don't have any channel. They don't have any, it's like they must not have a life to take the time. And sometimes, you get these long ones like, really? You had time to write all that? Just to have it deleted like 1 second after you read it? It's like, oh, I don't know. Weird. Maybe those people just need to make a channel and do something constructive. Okay, so there we go. So it's kind of, and again, I'm going to go more on the accent the actual bricks because it's too much the same color. Oh, thanks, Prisma. I'm glad you like the explanations. Okay, let me dry this now so we don't oversaturate. Let's dry. Yes, exactly, Julie Topaz. Exactly. All right, so I'm gonna take a break from the bricks just for a minute. I've got more, and I'm gonna weave in the black paint and the brick color here. I'm gonna weave that all together. But first, I want to decide on the bunny colors. So I'm going to kind of move around here so you can see the page because I am zoomed in so you see. He's so cute. I think I want this one gray. Let's do this one gray. So I'm just going to do a wash now initially, right? I'm just going to pick up some of this blue gray that I had left from the bricks just so I can establish which one is which color. So I'm going to do him like a gray color. Again, this is just the initial background color of the bunny. And it's pretty light there. I don't even know if you can see the gray there. It's very light. So I'm going to do a wash of gray on this one. And of course we can go in here with pencil and do the fur and do all kinds of things. But I'm trying to do as much play as I can with the watercolors because we just got them. Alright, so there's a little gray bunny. Now I think I'll have him maybe be a brown bunny. So I'm going to just mix me up a little bit of brown here. A little dark brown, like a chocolate brown bunny. This one will be a brown bunny. Oh, thanks, guys. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. Alright, there's a little arm there he's laying on. There's a little tail back there. Okay, so that's a bow. That's a leaf right there. It could look like part of his ear. I'll just separate it with the black right there. Okay, so there's the brown, the gray. Let's see, I think I'll have the white one down here because this is going to be green grass. So to do the white one, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of, I'm going to take this kind of this marine, this light blue here and just kind of get a little bit of that out. Water it down, and I'm just going to put some little shadows where the shadows would be on him because he's going to be white. So we'll have this bunny just have a little bit, and the inside of his ears are probably going to be pink. So I'm just going to put a little bit of a initial shadow on him like that. Just a little bit of a blue wash. Light gray blue wash for the shadow because he's going to be white. And then this one, so we've got a chocolate brown, a gray, a white, and a black one. So for the black one, I'll just use some of my black paint watered down and just put an initial wash over him. So we have all the different color bunnies. And watercoloring. Your 3-year-old perked up when you said chocolate brown bunny. Oh, oh. They thought, you know why? Not because of the color chocolate, because they probably thought I said chocolate as in candy. Hubster loves, and I think I'll leave a little white tail on that one because there's a little tail showing right there. And it needs some more brick color under there, I think. Hubster loves to tease all the nieces and nephews, the little kids. They'll go, where are you going? Where are you going, Uncle? Where are you going? He'll go, I'm going to the store to get some ice cream, bubble gum, Coca-Cola, and candy. And their eyes glaze over. It's funny to watch that. It happens every time. You'd think that they would know by now that he's kidding. Where are you going? I'm going to the store to get some bubble gum, candy, Coca-Cola, and chocolate, whatever he says. And then they immediately go into a state of a trance because they're imagining. They're imagining that, right? Okay, I need a little bit more black to do some of the shadows here. Just dropping in a little bit more shadow. I gotta be careful because these drop-ins can go through if I'm not careful because it's oversaturating it, right? You gotta be careful with that on a color book page. Alrighty. Alright. I'll just leave it like that for now. Let me hit it with the heat gun, dry all the little bunnies. Better check my time too. I know, I never thumbs down anybody, pack or die. If you don't like a video, just go on to another thing. But the thing is I think me and Carrie both have neither one of us, as far as I know, Carrie still doesn't. I never look at my thumbs up and down. I never look at that. Maybe I should, but I don't. So anyway, all right, let's see. What time do we have here? Let's scroll up here. Oh, we've only been here an hour and a half? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we're doing pretty good then. Look at my nails. I got paint all on my, I didn't do my nails before I hit. Look, it's still got paint in my nails from the project before I go on. Oh, and I did have a polish here ready to go. This is pure ice, and it's called Jaguar. Maybe we need to send this one to Janet or Terry Trouble. That's a color though, but it's all like, you know, got paint all over my hand. Okay, so now I think I'm going to go back to some acrylic paint because I want to get right up to where, because I'm going to go in here with pencil on top. You're going to see it's going to be a cool effect, I think. So I have to have the parts black that I need black, where the pencil is going to interact with what I've already done. So I have to have them at least touch. Do you know what I mean? The black and the brick wall color have to at least touch so that when I go in there with pencil to blend, I think it's going to be a cool effect. So I've got my fingers crossed. But anyway, don't let trolls and mean people stop you from streaming or stop you from doing videos, because I can tell you every single YouTuber and streamer has had bad comments. We just usually don't talk about them, which is probably a good thing. You don't feed the trolls. So, but don't let that stop you is what I'm saying. Okay, so I think what we need to do is move on to the chat pack. Do we need to get out the chat pack? See, I don't really need to go in here in between these because this is not where the brick interacts, or intersects, I should say. And I really only need it where it's going to intersect. But I might as well. See, like right in here. That's where the brick wall and the black are going to intersect. So yeah, just, people just need to, just to learn how to delete. If you get that kind of thing going on button, they just need to delete immediately, which is what most of us do anyway. Okay, so let's see. Let me get right along this edge here because that's going to kind of intersect there. A little bit of intersection there, here. So I'm keeping it real loose and kind of rough there because that's how the wall would look, right? It would be rough and, let's see. I want to get around the buns, little bunnies here. Because you'll see when I go over this black with the pencil, it's going to be a cool effect. I'm hoping. It's in my head. Let's see if what's in my head happens. Aw, thanks, Prisma. Aw, that's sweet. I know. Get around that little bun tail there. Okay, down here, a little bit down there. This side. See, now I really want to get all of it done. Alright, let's see. Alright, up here around this brick. Look how cute. That's just so cute. Laying in the bird bath. And then this is going to be black around these little morning glories or whatever. I'll have to ask y'all when I get to the flowers what kind they are. Not that it matters. I mean, you can color flowers. I mean, and I do because I'm not a gardener. I don't know what flowers are what. So I'll just color them whatever color it looks like it'll go and not really care what you know, kind of flower it is. But sometimes I go, do y'all know what this flower is? Of course, you can always look them up. Okay, so a little bit of black there, a little bit of black down in here. Yeah, it says little bath time in the bird bath. And I know you can't hardly see because I just got a light wash of color over them right now. Okay, so let's see. Let's kind of do that. All right. Getting there. Getting there. All right, this will be black right behind his head here. It's going up the little ladder. Trying to stay in camera. Hollyhocks on the left. What color are hollyhocks? What color are they, Packer Dye? Thank you, by the way. And that's a little shelf, I think. Well, let's see. No, that right there is background. Looking to see. No Guts, No Glory did a great video talking to them. I'm waiting to. Purple and mauve colors is what color hollyhocks are. Purpley colors. Okay. Alright, so I think I got all the black done over here, actually. There. There are lots of colors. Oh, there can be any color. Pinks, purples, foxgloves. The tall one. This one is a foxglove. See, we all see it different. Of course, it is kind of far away. Okay, so let's see. Right in here, let me go ahead and try to get in some of this. Again, if I don't get this perfectly neat with the black paint, I can go back in there with the pencil and sharpen it, right? So I'm just kind of right now trying to define my areas here. There's a big wheel here. Big wagon wheel right there. Because I want to get into the little bunnies too. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dot. Dot has her an English garden in England. I try to have a few perennials and, you know, I'll plant a little bit of something, but I'm not a gardener. I mean, I do have my vegetable garden in the back, but, you know, it's okay. I mean, I'll get some tomatoes and peppers and stuff out of it, but it's not like my passion. Gardening's not my passion, you know. It was my grandma's. Grandma was an awesome gardener. She had a beautiful yard. And Mom does some too. Mom does some, although she'll go, no, not really. But she can grow a thing or two. Defining areas. Yeah, and define, that's a good point, Bright. Sometimes it is kind of hard to define the areas. and sometimes you can't really tell, so you just got to guess. But like I always say, you know, whether it's Kirby or Bennett Klein or whoever, they're not going to email you and say, that wasn't one of those backgrounds. That was a flower right there. You know? So it doesn't really matter. And trust me, no one's going to notice. If you want to cover up, and I've done that. I've covered up whole sections before that I just didn't think I wanted it there. So I'll color the whole thing out, or black it out, or, you know, color paint it out. Oh, but this was going to be the grass here. All right, so I think what I'll do, that's the bird bath. So I think from here on, that's okay to have that dark over here, and then I'll have the grass under this bunny over here, because that's where the bird bath is right there. So I can see that, but sometimes it is hard to tell, especially when there's a lot going on. You know, when it's a lot going on. Hey, Bunny C. All right, so then there's another, I don't know if that's the hollyhock right here. It looks like the same kind of flower as that and this. But now I want this to be green under him. So I'm going to go back to the watercolor and just put in a wash. Let me go back to my water brush, and I'm going to go probably with a kind of a mossy green. I love this moss green, this color here. And I'm probably just going to go straight that color. And I just want to get the background here, because I want it to be model-y look. I want it to be watercolory looking, right? If you want a flat color, you know, you'll have to go with, you know, the acrylic paint. I mean, you can get a flat color with watercolor, but you're going to have a lot of layers and a lot of drying time in between. The reason I like the watercolor, whether it's a neocolor, a watercolor, gouache, whatever kind of watery thing, or even watered down acrylic paint, is that look like that. So it looks like watercolor. You know, it has that model-y look. But then the backgrounds that I want, like the black, I want it flat black. Now you can still go pencil over the top of this. This book has a lot of detail. Yes, it does. But there's some books that, like Kirby's, you know, not necessarily Mythomorphia has less, but, you know, Anamorphia and Imagimorphia, oh my gosh, those doodles are so many of them. And some of them are hard to tell where something's going. And really, you know, some things like these little stalks and things, if you get over the top of those, you're going to, you know, I'm going to anyway, go in there with pencil. So it's not going to matter if I get on top of certain things like these stalks right here. They may even be green. But just saying, don't worry about like doing something like that. Now I don't want to go, let me lift the page here on the corner so that I'll hold it up with my finger so it doesn't go over the edge. I could put some paper there, but just to have the, so I know where the grass is there. But I like, see how it looks all watercolory like? That look, I like that. Clean off my brush. Does anyone else's cat shove there? Oh, I missed what the cat was shoving. Okay, now before I do anything else, so I've got to go, my throat's getting dry, so I've got to run down and get some coffee real quick. And then I want to do these bricks. But let me dry this grass real quick. Make sure everything's nice and dry. Because I'm really anxious to do that for you, those bricks. Okay, let me go run and get some coffee, guys. 1 second. Okay, the coffee was old, so I just grabbed some cranberry juice. This type of detail in a book I like, but the mythomorphian are too strange. Yeah, some of them are odd for sure, Jean. Okay, so, all right, I want to do the bricks real quick. Then we might back out just a click. Well, I don't know. All right, let's see. So, I'll get some pencils right here. See, we're really zoomed in. All right, so I want to get like a sienna or terracotta. There's a sienna, terracotta. They're similar. And a dark brown, dark umber. I think I want dark brown, though. I want dark brown. I think there's dark brown and sienna and a gray. Probably 2 grays. That's a warm gray. I want a cool gray. Oh, here we go. And I know I have bigger pencils than these guys. These are just what's in my tray, and so I just gravitate to them because they're right here. All right, so there we go. That'll work, I think. Where's this one? That's green. Okay. Oh, there's my scissors. All right, so let me sharpen these real quick. My bath hair king. Oh, Suzanne. Hey, Mel G. You ran out. Welcome back. Some days you, Pat says, I have different ones. Some days I feel stranger than others. Okay, I got something. Oh, there we go. I thought I had something clogged in my pencil sharpener. Okay, this one's not wanting to sharpen. Let's grab another. Where's my comb? I don't know where my comb sharpener is. I have pencil sharpeners all over the house. I think this is one of my old pencils. It's going to take me a minute to get down to the lead. Yeah, this one's, let me get a different sienna. This is one of my fussy pot ones. All right, let's just get a new one here. You like these paints? I'm liking them too, Rebecca. I really am. Okay, so here what we got. I have a cool gray 20%. This one is, I know it's a cool gray. I can't tell you what number it is. I mean, it's 947. I've already sharpened off the name. I mean, a dark brown 947, and then this cool gray, and then this is a sienna brown. I kind of just grab, guys. I just kind of grab what looks like it's going to go. You know what I mean? See, those colors just look like they're going to go. It didn't matter to me what number or anything like that. So, and I've used them so long that I can just kind of grab something. But if you haven't used your pencils a lot, you're thinking, well, which one? You have to kind of pull them out. You'll have to pull like your grays and your, just flip through and really, study it for a while till you get used to them all. Give me a sip of drink again. Okay. So my idea was, I'm going to start with the sienna color. My idea is to blend in and incorporate with the gray, probably both the grays, we'll see. Incorporate this into, I got pencil shavings on there, into the black. So like here's the grout right here, and I'll also kind of go in there with some extra, grout like this, but I want to pull it out like this. See? And incorporate that into the background. And it's going to take a minute probably to kind of decide. So I'm going to put a little bit of the sienna color around the area and some of the gray. And then I'll work in all the bricks too. That's part of his little bunny ear there. That's a leaf. Let me separate that with the black. That leaf there. And his little ear. Oh, that is another leaf back there. Okay. Dark. Is a dark umber? Okay. Yeah, because it's like, yeah. All right, so right now, though, I'm using the sienna and just kind of, and because this is acrylic paint, see, I can go over it like that. And kind of just scruff it in. Okay. Now I'll do some gray and it'll be really more dramatic. Let's see if I need the dark gray. Might work well enough. See it a little bit, and I'll put a little light gray on there too, just for effect. Can y'all even see it? Let's go in with a little light. I just want a little bit of that because I really want it dark like the wall. You want to see the finished picture? I know, Mara. So something kind of like that, and you probably have to go back and forth maybe to the dark and kind of really sharpen up some of those and kind of blend. All right, now I'm going to take the dark, kind of get under each brick just a little bit, and then I'll blend it out with the sienna. So just give it a little bit more dimension, maybe just around the corner, just a little bit around the corner. But you know, color books are just a way for you really to explore your products and, you know, your different mediums. And so I'm just kind of going under each brick and a little bit around the corner on the left side there. Give them some dimension here. But see, you had to have all that base on there before you could get to this part. All right, let me. Bye, Artsy Marilyn. Sleep well. Thanks for being here and all your help. Thank you so much. Okay. So now, while I'm working on this, I'm going to pull out the chat pack. The chat pack. And see what questions we could play with while we're doing all the, I don't want to call it boring stuff, but you know, the stuff that's going to be repetitive. There we go. If you have any questions, though, feel free to ask. Okay, I want a little bit more sienna right here and less gray, I think. Go back over that a little. Alright, now I'm going to take the light gray and I want to just get a little bit of the light gray on the top of the brick there. Just a little bit, not like a full-on line, but just a little bit of more light gray on there, just to model it up a little bit. And you could have done this too with more watercolor layers, but I like to mix it up. I like to have both things, you know. I like to have all kinds of mediums in there. Bricks are looking awesome. Dede, what did you think of your Deb colors? Where did you post them? And did you use Deb Colors as your name? You have to give me more details. I literally, well, I get a lot of people showing me their stuff, and sometimes they don't have their same names. And I get it on Facebook and Twitter, so I'm not sure what pictures, Deb. Deb Colors. Thanks. You like the bricks? Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the sienna color, and where I put all the dark underneath, I'm going to kind of just blend that out just a little bit, so it's not like necessarily a harsh line. And I'm going to start shading, you know, in the mortar, in between. Just a little bit more. Thanks. Thanks, guys. We all watched how we did it step by step. I'm trying to think of what it looked like, Deb. Tell me, describe it to me. I might have seen it, but I just don't know. Thanks, Packer Die. Appreciate that. So I'm just kind of trying to blend out a little bit. And when you blend things out, it doesn't have to be like a full-on every little. Keep it kind of all kind of not perfect, and it looks more real. You know? There's a little more shadow up in there, and there. I mean, it's not like every brick is exactly the same, you know, like especially when we did the watercolor, it made it look model-y like. Didn't use Deb Colors. Tagged you. It was on Facebook. Oh, on Facebook, Deb? Did I not comment then? I'll have to go back and look. Okay, so we've gone from this initial right here to this. Okay. Now, for one last little bit of something on the bricks, I'm going to take my Posca, and we're going to add, now I'm not going to leave it white, I'm going to go over it with a light gray. But I'm going to add a few little scratchy bits, if you will. Not necessarily dots, but just some little, and it doesn't even have to be every brick, and don't make them all the same. Just little scratchy bits here and there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over that with light gray. So it'll knock back, it won't be pure white. So just, you know, some little scruffy bits like that, just to make it look more brickish. Oh, you can't see emojis on your Facebook? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Then at least I saw it. Then I did see it. Yeah, Twitter is the best place for me to see stuff. The thing with Facebook, it's so random. I mean, sometimes you see things, sometimes you don't. I don't know. I'm not a big Facebook person. All right, I'm going to dry this now because I want that to be perfectly dry. Now I'm going to go in here with my light gray and sharpen it up nice. And I'm just going to go over that white, and you may not even be able to tell. It's going to be very subtle, but it's going to knock back the white so it's not pure white. And I'm looking at the screen, and it's kind of hard to even see the difference, but I can see it in person. Just to give it some texture. But I don't want it white. Pure white, you know. Alright, now I think I'm going to go in here with the dark gray and just maybe just a little bit more texture. So, yeah, I mean, you can play with this stuff all day long. Depends on how much time you want to spend. I'm going to put a little bit of dark on each one. Just a little scruffle. Is that a word? A little scruffle. Like that. Okay, let's see. You like to see the whole process on the brick? Yeah, Kathy. That's one thing, you know, I try to do when I'm doing the colors. I know I'm not going to be able to finish a whole page, but as long as I get, like now you see how I do the bricks, so I don't have to finish all these bricks right now for you to see what it's going to look like in the end. I can move on to a bunny, you see, so that at least I'm all about the ideas. I'm all about the ideas and the examples, and once I've done this and you see how I've done it, it's going to be the same here and it's going to be the same here. So I could take the time to do that on all three places, but then we won't get to a bunny, you see. So, you know, unless it's a marathon stream or something, it's just best to do a section. You can see what's going on, and then I can move on to something else and you'll get more ideas, right? Yeah, I put my artwork up on Facebook, and I comment and stuff over there occasionally, but I don't follow Facebook. In other words, everybody, you know, what's everybody doing all day and how that, you know, I do that on Twitter. If I'm following a bunch of people and how they doing, how they feeling, what's going on, what are they doing, it's on Twitter. Because post a separate video on brick. Oh, yeah, no, I don't edit my videos either. I mean, sometimes I might cut something out or shorten it, but I don't. It is what it is. Because and here's the thing, guys, if y'all have not ever edited videos or done YouTube, to know how long it takes to edit, it can take longer to edit a video than it does to make the video. And that's no exaggeration. Ask Pack or Die. You know, or anybody here that does YouTube videos. It, you know, it would almost be to the point where it's either one or the other. I can either do long videos or edit. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. So there we go. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And this will all be the same here and here. All right, now let's do a bunny. Let's do the little chocolate bunny. So let me get some pencils here. Let me just grab my browns here. Let's go with, I know I'm going to want a dark chocolate brown for one. Dark brown. Exactly, Packer Jack. I said, thanks forever to edit a video. And so, you know, that's one of the things that I like about doing them here on Ustream and uploading them. I don't do anything to them. They are what they are. Now, I will say this, and I've said it before, you do sacrifice some quality by going through Ustream because we don't get HD. We get high def, but we don't get HD. Even though my cameras are all HD cameras, we don't have high def, we don't have HD, we have not high def, we have high resolution. We can have high resolution, but we don't have HD. So that we do sacrifice some of the quality by doing live shows here, but the convenience and the time that we can stream and upload, you know, it's so so quick. Yeah, this is a chocolate brown, nut brown, chocolate brown. Yeah, I don't know the names of them. So I'm going to use the chocolate brown. I'll probably do a little shading with, I want some kind of a reddish brown, but not necessarily sienna. Chestnut. Okay, so I got chestnut and dark brown. So we're going to start with that. We'll see what else I need to pull. It helped when you said I need to ask you to follow. You mean on Twitter, Bright? Okay. And also, guys, for you here in the chat, there's a 30-second lag. So when you ask me a question, I answer something, or I say ask a question, then you answer me. Remember there's like a 30-second delay. So yeah. All right. So now I'm going to start with the fur, and I'm going to start with the lines that are already here on the. Let me sharpen that a little more. The lines that are already put there by the artist, and I'm just going to kind of follow that. Just start, and then maybe like a little bit of shadow under that bow. Playback on YouTube is always blurred. Well, technically speaking, I don't know why that is, Azure. It should be the same. It shouldn't be different here from there as far as that goes. But, you know. Alright, so I'm just doing some little lines here. Just kind of doing it look a little bit furry here. And I want them chocolate brown, but you don't want to just color solid brown because you'll lose all your edges. And you know, I have thought about doing some live streams on YouTube as well. I just, you know, I mean, all my time's taken up just doing these 2 or 3 a week, you know. I just don't know when I'd be able to squeeze in another one. See, I'm kind of just doing the fur. Just kind of doing I'm following the little color book lines that were already here. And you don't have to do that, but I am. Do a little nose. There's his other ear back there. Right under his little chinny chin. And the whiskers on all of them, I will go probably in there with a gel pen or a Posca pen and put their whiskers. But you can't really do that till, like, see the shelf right here? Like, let's just say this shelf. I think I want the shelves to be gray. I'll just go ahead and put some light gray. And you could do this with the watercolor too. But I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here real quick. Right under him so I can show you a whisker. So I think I'll do the wood shelves a gray instead of brown because I think that looks kind of weathered wood. Vicky. I think both appeal to different, you know, people, and I don't mind doing either one. It's just a matter. For me, it's time. It's a whole nother, you know, time to stream. Alright, so just doing a little bit of shading under the bunny there. Because I just want this little bit of shelf done so I can show you the whiskers. And you have to have the background done here to put the whiskers on top. Alright, now let's go back to the bunny. I'm going to go in with the chestnut now. And I'm just going to kind of still, you know, just kind of put a little bit of fur. Black hole. You know, talking about Pinterest. Usually when we talk about black holes, it's Pinterest. So I'm just going to build this up slowly. And again, if you lose something, you can always go back in there with your Posca or paint and paint it out or paint it in and then go back over with pencil. Like I did the little white dots on the brick. That just popped out some texture, but then I went back over it. This needs to be darker right here. Then I went back over it with the gray. And then back over here on the chestnut side. And I might even put a little highlight along the fur there. Alright. Alright, so now I kind of have the fur lines, and now I want to kind of start kind of blending it a little. So because bunnies, you don't really see a lot of fur. I mean, you don't see like dog hairs. They're kind of flat, you know, they're soft and flat. So now I'm going to take, what color of a tan color? Cream color. Let's see. No, because I want to keep them chocolate, so I got to be careful with that. Looking, guys, I'm trying to decide. Do I just want to smooth it out with a chestnut? Hey, Lady Jan. All right, light umber. I want to just start smoothing out the fur a little. Very light touch. Very light touch. I might just blend out a little bit with the white pencil because I don't really want any more colors in there. Hey Jessica, good, how are you? Pinterest is a black hole for sure. Okay, now I'm taking white and just kind of blending. I'm just going to kind of blend out because I don't want any more color. I'll probably go back in there with maybe a little more chocolate brown or dark brown. But I just want to kind of blend them in a little, make them a little softer, and then I'll go back in there. Because I don't want any harsh fur lines. I want it smooth, bunny soft. All right, now I'll go back with the dark. And the little animal eyes like this, sometimes the print of the, you know, the printer ink from the color book, it's not like really dark black. So what I'll usually do is I'll take a permanent pen, and I'll get in there, and like this little eye over here almost got lost. You can barely see it over there. Just a little bit of his eye over here. And then I'll go back in with the white Posca and add a highlight and put that in myself because I can get lost in the printing, the gray. And you can always make it a little bigger if you want. I think I'll make his nose a little blacker too. You have a name for this stream, Bricks and Bunnies. Yeah. Oh, Bricks and Bunnies. So I'm just going to keep kind of blending it softly. And he actually has black highlight fur. Like the gray one would probably have white whiskers. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not a bunny. I don't have bunnies. But I'm just guessing. Usually the color of the fur will dictate the color of the whiskers. So I think I'm going to do, it almost needs white up there and here, but maybe we could do a little of both. Let's test it out and play. So I'm just kind of smoothing him out because he's dark chocolate. Keep his little nose. Although, let me go back to the white. I think I want his little nose bigger right there, a little puff. The little nose puffs. The little muzzle or whatever you call it. I want that lighter. Is he cute? Oh, I like him. He's so cute. And then his little foot right here. But it will have a little bit darker, dark shadow under there. Nose puffs, yeah. We make up words as we go, right, Vicki? Nose puffs. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in with white because I want y'all to see it. Technically, his furry bits that are like the eyebrow hairs and extra hairs would probably be black, but they're not going to show up here. I mean, they might show up a little bit on his ribbon, but I want y'all to be able to see them, so that's why I'm going to do it in white. All right, so I'm going to put some little dots. Let me get this going here. I'm going to put a couple little, you know, the little dots where the whiskers grow out. Let's see if you can see that. And then I'm going to, and I don't know if I should do it with the Posca or if I should do it with the gel pen. I'm going to try it with the Posca. But I'm going to just whisk out some whiskers. Again, this bunny would be in brown fur, would probably have black whiskers, but I probably wouldn't show. So then he's going to have a few coming out of his eyebrows, a couple popping up off his head, and I can go back over these with the light, you know, with the brown, if I decide it's too much. Okay, like that. So as soon as that dries, I can go over those right there with a little bit of knockback, you know, so they're not so obvious or whatever. They're just a little bit more subtle. Just like on the edges a little there. But I'm going to leave these white, even though technically speaking, they probably would be black. I'm going to set his eye back in his head a little bit better in here. I'm the boss of my bunny nose puffs. That's right, Vicki. Good one, Vicki. Good one. And again, this is his paw down here, so I don't want it to look like part of his mouth. He's resting his face on a paw. So I want to kind of make sure there's a shadow there. So, yeah. So there's our little brown bunny. I know. All right, let's go over here to the little black one. And I'm at 2 hours and 20 minutes, so I probably have about 15 minutes left. So if Joycey's not, well, it's only 11:30. So I'll go into a part 2 with this, if y'all are up for it. So, but I'll work for about 15 more minutes, and then I'll make a part 2, because we only have, it can vary between 2 hours and 40 minutes to 2 hours and 50 minutes. Well, technically you're supposed to have 3 hours in a segment, but it always ends before 3 hours. So thanks, Corinne. Okay, now I'm going to go to the little black one, and I am going to go with dark chocolate, charcoal gray and black. Let's see, where's my charcoal? So those are the colors I'm going to go with. I'm going to start with black, and again, I'm just going to go in here and flick out, you know, flick little hairs, just like we did the brown one, but now I'm going to do black and gray. And really, you could even put blue in there to give it, I always add blue in my black fur. It just makes it look more realistic. And I'm going to keep his little tail white. So this is just how I'm going to start. And again, I'll probably put a couple little whiskers and they'll be white, just because it's going to show up well, you know. Because this is going to be the gray bunny. This one's going to be gray, this is black, this one's the brown one, and then this one's going to be a white one. Okay, let me sharpen again. Part 2 for sure. Okay. And I'm recording. I mean, I don't expect anybody, even my mods, to be here all the time. You know, everybody can come and go. That's why I try to record everything. But you know, you gotta kind of take your time on fur and stuff like that. And light layers, even though I'm kind of flicking some harder pressure. You have to remember that where you get a lot of pressure, and then right along this flower here, I need to sharpen up some of that black where I painted it in. After you've burnished down your paper, there's no more blending. There's no more blending once you get it all mashed down. So you got to take light layers. And there's going to be some lighted areas here on his ear, probably on this side of his face a little bit. Because he's got his head tilted up. So it's going to be kind of lighter up there. Probably a little light here on his ear here. Dark down in here because that's where his head is tilted back. But on light, like, how do I explain this? Where two edges meet, even though it might all be dark in that area, leave just, let me see if I can point this out. Let me get a pointer. See where his shoulder, see where his arm, shoulder right there meets the paw? Those are two different things. Like his shoulder is in front of the paw. But see how I leave just a little bit of light there? And it doesn't have to be white, but if you just leave a little bit of light in between the planes, you'll be able to tell the difference between, because if I just colored that all black, you wouldn't see his shoulder, right? So even if you just leave a little tiniest bit, the tiniest bit of light, it will indicate that that's two different things. See, like his body right here, I'm going to want his body pretty black. But like along the edge there where the fur is, where the touches the black paint, if I just colored them all black, you wouldn't see the background from the bunny. So I'm going to make sure and leave a little bit of an edge. Just the tiniest bit is all you need. And I'm just kind of putting little kind of fur lines and building it up, right? Now, if you want that watercolor look, you could do all that with watercolor, which I guess I could have done a little bit more with the watercolor. But you know me, I love my pencils. But you could leave watercolor look in areas if you like. I don't want him to look like he has mange. You know, I'd probably need to fluff that out. I mean, smooth that out a little with watercolor, because we don't want him to look like he's like got fur issues. We don't want him to look like he has bad fur. Let's see how we're building it up. And with the gray background, you don't have to worry about it being a solid. You've already got some in between you know, hue there, shade going for you. And you can always get out pictures. Never be afraid to get out reference pictures, guys. If you're not sure what a black bunny looks like, or a brown, chocolate brown, whatever, you know, go to images, Google Images, and find you some. And look at them and see what they look like. He might be a little lighter right here because his, you know, his butt is kind of sticking out. I have trouble coloring things black, whales, then shade with blue. That was what I would tell you. Shade with a like a blue, like a blue harbor blue. If you have problems with doing blacks, shade with the blue. Maybe I should do that here for y'all so y'all can see. If you put blue highlights, it's going to look like it's shiny. Even if I just put a little on the dark side over here of him, just a little on the shadow side. Can you even see that? See how it makes it look a little shinier, like slicker? That's always good for dog noses. Dog noses, it's always, I like my blue on the dog nose. So, or I could put a wash of the blue over this too. You have to kind of experiment, and depends on your medium, depends on, you know, your paper. So in the darkest areas here, I'm shading with the blue. I don't know if that shows. Oh, we never did that. I see my chat pack sitting here. And after this video, before I start the next one, I'm going to have to go make me some coffee. Yeah. Do I have a dog nose? Let me see. I'm trying to think of Parker's dog here. Let me look at my Gold Rush, guys. Hang on, guys. I'm looking real quick. See if I have my... Oh, here's my Gold Rush folder. Let's see if I can find Parker's dog in here. Let me dig real quick. Show you a dog nose. Okay, so here's a black dog. Can you see the blue in there? It's a blue-gray. Now it's not like it's a blue-gray. It's not like bright blue or anything like that. But here's a black dog. And it's kind of like working on Sharon L's cat that's all black. I'll shade with blue. I want to keep it light right there though. Okay, let me get back in here with some black. Yeah. All right. And that's just my technique, guys. I mean, I'm sure other color pencil artists have their, you know, things they do too. All right, now I kind of want to make sure it's nice and blendy because I don't really want all individual hairs. Because rabbits, you don't really see too much. It's not like they're a squirrel, you know, where you'd see a lot of individual coarse hairs, you know. You wouldn't see coarse hairs like that on a rabbit. Oh, and also down here on his tail that's white, I'm going to use blue as a shadow. Just that, see that little bit of blue right there? Now it's shaded. And that's what I'm going to do on this white rabbit. On the white rabbit, my mouse here, it's moving everything around. On the white rabbit, it's going to be shaded blue. A lot of it just takes practice, guys, and trying to just look at what it is, not what you think it should be. If you look, you know, take a picture, I mean, look at a picture, a good reference material, you know, a good reference photo of a black, say a black bunny. And look for what other colors can you see in it. And a lot of it's going to depend on, you know, the way they photographed and everything, but you're going to see more than just a flat black color. All right, so now I think I want to go in here with my gray, a dark gray, and I'm going to soften out both the blue and the black, and just soften out some of that fur so it doesn't look coarse. But you have to do light layers, guys. You can't, I can't ever stress that enough, because once you get about, and if I'm talking Prismacolor right now, once you get, yes, light layers, once you get, you know, 10 layers on here, there's no doing nothing on it. You won't blend or shadow or whatever, and colors will run into each other. Well, I kind of like when colors run into each other because it looks more real. But I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, so it could be a bad thing. All right, so now behind his ears here, I want a little darker. But I'm kind of liking it down here by his tail, because his body's round, right? So down here down under by his tail right here, this is going to be darker because the light would be right here on the tall part of his body. So it's going to be darker down here by his tail. Yeah, and it takes practice to do that, Pat. It takes practice. You can't assume when you look at something. You have to almost try to force yourself to see what other colors you see in things. Like, really, like, is there, you know, go to the extreme, say, is there purple in that, you know, or whatever it is. Because the shadows are going to be all different kinds of colors in there. All right, I think I'm going to stop on the little black bunny. Again, his little eye, it's not that noticeable, but I can see it just a little. I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger there. This one you don't really see, but where I painted in the black next to that ladder, it needs to be sharpened up. I think right in there. So. Actually, that's kind of black in there, but I'm going to leave it because I don't want to lose, well, I don't want to lose his little paw differentiation there. Let me be careful. And after I do this vase or this urn, I might put a couple little whiskers out like I did on him. Just a couple kind of sticking out here. But you don't, that's the kind of stuff you want to do at the last, because you don't want to have to try to paint around that on the wood grain or anywhere. You want to do those kind of little things last. Oh, and by the way, I got to go back up here on these little now dried Posca lines and kind of knock those bright whites back just a tad there. One thing that can help is to print off a grayscale copy of the photo. Yeah, that is a good idea, Jean. A grayscale copy on if you just print it off on a piece of copy paper, and so you can see the shadows and things better. A photograph, yeah. You'll see the shadows better. But that doesn't help with color, but it kind of could, you know. All right, so there's our little, and see how he's got a little white tail but it's a blue shadow. And I haven't not done the ribbons yet. The ribbons here or here. All right, so before we do the next two bunnies, the gray one and the white one, I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and we'll call it part 1. But there's the brick. There's the brick done, and here's the brick with just our base on there, here and here, so you can see what it looks like. Alright guys, so hang loose, I'm not leaving. I'm just going to start another video, so if you're watching the recording, this will be part 1, so just hang on, I'll be right back.